I'm John Duff, a Wooden Hole Yacht Club, here for the McNish Classic. This is probably I've been doing this for like 30 years.
So it had told you 30.
Oh, I think it's about 15, I think.
3 McNishes.
3 McNish races so far.
Half a dozen, I want to say.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've ever sailed on any big boat.
No matter what, if my boat's here or not, I'm here. I'm ready for a ride on somebody else's sailboat, man.
My name is Mark Albertazzi, and I'm a nautical photographer aboard the Ketch Miramar out of San Diego. And like a dozen other classic boats, we're heading to the Pacific Corinthian Yacht Club in Channel Island Harbor, just south of Ventura, for the annual McNish Classic Regatta. Held the last Saturday in July, the McNish is the final race of a 3-event summer series that attracts classic boats from around Southern California. It's a regatta that's always possessed a special mix of generous hospitality, heartfelt camaraderie, and friendly competition. It's a time for old crewmates to reconnect over drinks as strong as the boats and relive stories as rich as the old salt's telling them. And like most of the sailors attending, I'm also here to pay homage to the regatta's namesake, Dick McNish, who's now in his mid-90s, and offer him some measure of gratitude for his efforts and unyielding passion to keep a slice, our slice, of maritime history alive. The following film is a collection of images and videos from over the years, and for the record, this is my 18th McNish.
Picture of you guys back in 2016.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It was a great race that year. We had a lot of fun out there.
Okay, well, my name is Richard McNish. However, everybody calls me Dick McNish. I was raised in Santa Barbara, and I used to go down to the harbor, and we would rent boats, and we could probably rent a boat for a quarter, and I'm old. And it was fun.
I'm Jeff McNish, the son of Richard McNish. I mean, he grew up in Santa Barbara. He, was just sort of the very youngest people to catch the end of World War II, and he was in the Navy. And then he went to Cal Poly and studied animal husbandry. Married my mother in '53. And eventually he had a career in the construction or home building industry.
I don't know, I just got hooked onto sailing. I got a boat that was an H-28, a wooden boat, and that kind of got me into thinking about racing.
Can you tell us a little bit about the origin of the McNish Classic? What started this whole classic race?
I really don't know.
Well, the way it started, I've heard, was that he had a wooden boat and he would race against non-wooden boats, and he did terrible.
Well, one race, the race committee called him and go, "Hey, we'll be at the bar. We're waiting for you to come in." And it kind of frustrated him.
So he decided that he would put on a wooden boat race.
Well, I think the race started in, 1978. At the time, my dad had an H-28 Ketch, and I don't know, he organized it through the Pacific Corinthian Yacht Club. It was, I think, modeled after, there's the Master Mariners race in San Francisco, and then I think there was one more time regatta in Del Rey.
The original deed said that boats that had drawings from 1955 or older It could have been a newer boat, but it was built from there. They had to be wooden boats.
So for 2 years, he did it in his H-28, and then in 1980, I think, he got Cheerio. Of my parents' children, there is me and there's my sister Leslie, and Leslie and her husband Sugar are professional sailors, but they've sailed Alcyon, their 65-foot schooner. When I brought Valiant down from San Francisco, Alcyon was here, so all 3 McNish wooden boats raced together.
We would have, I think the most boats we ever had was 40. Man, that's a lot of boats.
But after a few years, the yacht club renamed it in honor of him, and from then on it was known as the McNish Classic, and it's been going on for about 44 years.
So there's the Lumens. He was a Shell oil dealer in Ventura County. And he owned Cheerio. It was on the market, and I kind of fudged around a little bit and figured that I could get rid of the H-28. It was called Revendal, and I did. However, I was a 2-boat owner for a while, which is a lot of fun.
Cheerio is a yawl. It's 46 feet long on deck with the boomkin and the bowsprit. I think it's 52 feet maybe. It was built in 1931 in a yard in San Pedro.
Didn't do a lot of racing. I had to get to know the boat, and the boat had to get me to know me.
When my dad bought the boat, he had a certain PHRF handicap, which was about 180, and like times had moved on and the handicap was not representative of how the boat performed. And so he went and protested it, and they gave him a 270 handicap, but they also, which was sort of a gift because it's the same as like a 25-foot fiberglass boat. And they said, you know, we're giving you this handicap, never use it in a serious race.
You know, one thing about McNish Classic is the handicapping. When the race was started, Dick kept track of all the finish times and over the course. So we had average speed. Most boats are handicapped by either PHRF or for the wooden boats, they have their own handicapping that we do.
The race is a reverse start race, which means that the slowest boat starts first, and then there is a timing procedure wherein the fastest boat starts last.
We adjust the start times every year based off of your average speed over years. So one time you might start in front of a boat, and one time you might start behind the boat. And the philosophy Dick had, there are some, you know, we got Dennis Conner that comes and races here. How are you going to beat him? He's got a professional crew, let's be honest. You know, and then you're going against a crew that are just, hey, you're on the dock, let's go sailing. Okay, so we wanted to make this really fair. So every year we look and we adjust handicaps. One year we had the split rig fleet all finished within 7 minutes of each other, and they started 45 minutes apart throughout the race.
Well, I'm embarrassed having only won my race once. So I can generally say that I let the other people win.
How you doing, Scott? Hello there. Good to see you, buddy. Well, are you guys back to defend this year?
We're here, yeah. We're here to defend it.
Okay, so what boat are you on?
On the Eolo.
Eolo?
Uh-huh.
And is the crew fired up?
The crew's really, oh yeah, I got some more secret weapons this year, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
For the competition.
The club is packed on the night the boat's alive. It starts on Friday. All the races come in. We usually have about 15 boats at a raft off the guest dock, and everybody's down there. They know everybody, and that's what makes this a destination race.
Probably 2 or 3 years before that, actually before I bought Sally, I came up here on the Californian. Sugar and Leslie were trying to talk me into staying. You can stay at my folks' house. It's Sugar's birthday. We're gonna have a big party. My brother's a musician. He'll find a trumpet for you to play, blah, blah, blah. So I stayed, and I mean, the McNish's, their hospitality is unbelievable, you know. Here's a room in my house, throw your stuff, the shower's over there. And by the time I got back, you know, cleaned up, my sea bag was gone, and, you know, washed all my clothes. Jeff's standing there with the trumpet. Hi, I'm Jeff, I play the guitar. I hear you play the trumpet here.
Describe the course to me.
The course?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. It's kind of like the same course has been doing for 45 years.
It's a great course. A lot of sort of plastic sailboat courses are, you know, upwind, downwind, things like that. But this is a real reaching course. So the first mark, it's a good sort of course up to Gina.
Which is a challenge in itself because of the currents and the winds and everything. Trying to get there, it sucks you into the oil rig and stuff. So you got to know all about that stuff a little bit, or you're going to learn the hard way.
Hollow down on a real kind of a tight course down to Ventura. Then you have to do the jibe, and usually the wind is real heavy, and if you're on a schooner, heavy wind and a jibe is tough because you don't have a fixed backstay. You've got running backstays, and managing all that becomes a challenge. But if you get around it, you're lucky. And you get on a tight reach up to the next mark.
There's a little hitch between there, which everybody gets thrown off.
Fall off, and you're doing really well reaching along. You get your spinnaker out.
My boat's usually the scratch boat, which is the slow boat, so we have everybody following us. So we're like the, you know, the hare that all the dogs are chasing around the tracks. So you look behind you as like a sea of spinnakers.
The closer you get to mark, the wind starts to back on you, and all of a sudden, Dick McNish, Dick is there with his boat where he's got a spinnaker on a pole. He's able to pull it out and go further downwind than you, and it's like neck and neck to the finish, and you finish like 10 feet apart. Every year it seems like that.
But yeah, it's beautiful to see. These are just beautiful boats, fantastic experience, and it's a great yacht club, great race.
Anybody need a crew member? We got one here.
This being the 45th, if we could all go out in Bill's bar, I'm going to put Mark on the bar and get everybody who's here, if we can go that way, and he can get a good shot of the group.
Down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark!
That's good right there, full back. I think we have a lot of boats to catch still.
you on course there, Joe?
Okay, that's good. You're acting good, thank you.
Okay, 30 seconds to a turn.
Dice are about to roll.
Rain coming over. Watch out.
Look up the boom.
Easy in hard. Okay, let it out. There.
Okay, try that, guys. Let's see if that works.
Okay.
No looking. We're not done yet.
It was a real privilege for all of us on Miramar to come back and be with our many friends here at the McNish race. Yeah! Especially Dick and all of his crew on Cheerio and the wonderful crew on Sumatra who gave us an exciting finish. And the Sally was so great, we chased her all around. It was a wonderful day on the water.
That's a good day.
Thank you all for the privilege of being here with you. Thank you.
Oh, that's some weight over there.
I thank you for being here today. Thanks a lot, and enjoy yourselves. And come back and let's do it again. It gives me something.
Part of any kind of yacht race, recreational sailing is the community and the social part of it. Then look at the history of this race. This is the only race that draws people from northern and southern California, right? Because almost all the out-of-town boats are all rafted up at the dock, and there's a big party and everyone comes to it, and because it's a small town, there's really nothing else better to do. In the early days when we did this, you probably remember, you know, the LA Times reporter was here, and it was happening.
Describe Dick McNish to me.
He is the champion guy. Like, I mean, he is the quintessential gentleman yachtsman. And, you know, through his reign in this regatta, I don't think you could ever give him enough credit. That's what makes it happen, is the hospitality, the venue, and the guy.
Your history with Cheerio is long, it's deep. You raised your family with that boat.
Yeah.
What does that boat mean to you?
It's part of the family.
What do you want people to really know about the McNish Classic?
That one of the purposes of the McNish Classic is to get the message out that there are wooden boats, and wooden boats should be kept up and maintained. I'm 94, in May I'll be 95, and Cheerio is going to outlast me.